So, today I'm going to talk about the hard side of breeding. As you can see, this little one here has a crooked spine. So, I will warn you now, this video is going to contain footage of a fish being put to sleep. As you can see, the spine is crooked, which means that this fish is going to spend its life suffering. Now, although at the minute it is healthy, it could be picked up by other fish, it could have a prolonged painful life, and it's not going to live a really happy life. So I'm going to show you my go-to method and show you how I do it. So I've just got a cup with some water in and a net. And I have the little fish in. So I'm going to just get the fish into the cup. Now when breeding, there are two types of culling. There's a soft cull and a hard cull. This is going to be a hard cull. You can see this fish, it cannot straighten its body out, and it does have a spine deformity. Now it's nothing. Sorry, I've just seen another little fish. So I'm going to attempt to also get that one out, but instead of culling it, I am going to put it in with its smaller brothers and sisters. So, this is the tricky bit. Come on. Is getting the fish I don't want in there and keeping them on I do want in there in. I've managed to do that, so I'm just going to transfer that to put that one in. So I'll just set it to one side for a minute. Let's focus on this one again. So here I have a cup with PTS on, which just stands for put to sleep. That's because I don't want to be using this for another fish, whether it's for food or I don't know, or liquid or anything, because I'm using the clove oil method. This by far is the nicest method. So, clove oil. Just going to get a few drops and I'll be back in a minute. I have about 6 drops in there. So I'm just going to suck some up like that with some water. So the oil, you can see, is in there and the water, and I'm just going to give it a good shake. And you can see the water, once it's incorporated, goes very milky. Now, with the clove oil method, it acts like euthanizing a dog or a cat or a rabbit, and although I think it's the most humane way if done incorrectly, it is the worst way. So that's all I'm going to put in. And the fish should start to go to sleep. So I'll be back for the next step. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes. Now this fish is still breathing, it's still alive. But it's asleep. So just want to add more drops in the liquid and stir and add a few more. Now what is really important if you do this, if you're breeding you have to do this, is you keep your clove oil things separate. So this cup is just used for putting to sleep. That pipette is just used for putting to sleep, and that shot glass is used just for putting to sleep. Otherwise, it's going to not be very nice for any other fish. So I'm going to leave this fish for about half an hour. And that should be it. That should be the process done. This fish has not suffered in any way. I'm really sorry, this really upsets me having to do this. And for those who may not understand, I know it's just a fish, but when you've raised something and you've looked after something since the day it was born, it's really quite upsetting. If this were a bigger fish, I may go for the blunt force trauma method, or if I had something what would eat it, because I know it's not got disease, I'd have live fed it. But after about half an hour the fish should stop breathing completely, and then you're free to do whatever you decide to do afterwards. If not, just repeat the same process again every half an hour until it has stopped breathing. That's it for today's video though. For those who may be upset, I am sorry for having to show you that, but I think it's important to do it so that you know how to do it correctly. But let's go to something nicer. Let's shimmy our way across. And this little one, you can see here there's 2 more little ones. The temperature's the same and everything, so it can be with its brother and sister. So now I have a trio of Aqualan fighterfish minnows. So that's it for today's video. Again, I'd like to apologise to anybody who doesn't like to see animals being put to sleep, but I think it's something what does need to be addressed, whether you're breeding and you need to cull, or you've got a very, very sick fish and medications aren't working and you don't want to leave it to die, you don't want to do the blunt force trauma method or any of the other horrible methods, then it is important to be able to do it. You've seen how easy it is. My little fry has now stopped breathing. But you can see why this is my, I hate calling it this, but you can see why it's my favourite method to do the horrible task, because it's just, the fish doesn't know what's going on. It's swimming around, goes to sleep, and it never wakes up. So I will do something nice next video, but for now guys, I will see you all next time. Bye.